The bitter end of Somali pirates when accidentally encountering naval ships on the ocean. Welcome back to Takedown 5 series on the journey against Somali pirates. Dear friends, as you know, Somali pirates have spread terror across the ocean for many years, with reckless and brutal attacks. However, not every villain easily escapes the price for their cruel actions. In today's video, join us to explore the most dramatic confrontations between pirates and naval forces on the ocean, where an unexpected end comes to them instantly. One, the hijacking of the MV Maersk Alabama. First, let's go back to April 8, 2009, the container ship MV Maersk Alabama. Operated by the Danish company Maersk Line, it encountered a dangerous situation. While on a journey from Salalah, Oman to Mombasa, Kenya, the ship was attacked by Somali pirates 445 kilometers southeast of the port city of Aden. Facing a critical situation, Captain Phillips and the crew made efforts to implement security measures. But the pirates still managed to board successfully using a grappling hook. And then, a dramatic struggle ensued between the crew and the pirates in an effort to save their lives. To protect his teammates, Captain Phillips decided to sacrifice himself, voluntarily becoming a hostage and being taken onto one of the lifeboats. During 62 tense hours, the remaining crew members were determined to regain control of the ship and negotiate for the captain's rescue. The situation grew increasingly serious, forcing the U.S. Navy to act on April 12, 2009, a covert operation. Operation Neptune Spear was deployed shortly after, with snipers neutralizing 3 pirates and miraculously rescuing Captain Phillips. These dramatic events were later adapted into the famous film Captain Phillips, starring Tom Hanks in the lead role. Two, the attack on HMCS Winnipeg. Next, we have the 2009 incident where the Canadian warship HMCS Winnipeg became a key part of the fierce anti-piracy fight off the coast of Somalia and the Indian Ocean. The event began when the ship received an emergency call from a cargo ship under attack by heavily armed pirates. Without a moment's hesitation, the Canadian ship immediately set out, quickly deploying search helicopters for support. Astonishingly, upon arrival, the pirates had shifted their attack from the cargo ship to an American container ship. The American captain continuously communicated with Canadian forces, while an Italian warship also quickly joined in support. Excellent coordination between Canadian and Italian helicopters helped capture the pirates in a challenging confrontation. Seeing no way out, they were forced to discard their weapons and surrender in the presence of Italian forces. Afterward, due to jurisdictional challenges under international law, some pirates were released, leading to criticism and calls for tougher measures from the international community. What do you think about this case? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. 3. The hijacking of the Mount Manasa Reformer. In late March 2023, a shocking event occurred in the Gulf of Guinea. The oil tanker Mount Manasa Reformer, flying the Liberian flag and owned by a Greek company, became the target of aggressive pirates. They attacked the ship about 262 kilometers west of Port Harcourt, creating a highly dangerous emergency situation. Among the 16 crew members, all lost contact shortly after the pirates took control. They had to hide in a safe room, where they could feel somewhat secure amid the panic. Worryingly, 3 pirates surrounded the ship, making all communication efforts by the crew hopeless. Thanks to the last signal sent by the ship, The French Navy urgently located it off the coast of São Tomé and Príncipe. The rescue operation proceeded quickly and without resistance from the pirates. When the French Navy boarded, they found the surviving crew members. But the heartbreaking news was that 6 of their colleagues had been kidnapped. The pirates immediately retreated upon realizing the ship was in a Navy sights. Although the owners of the Manasa Reformer did not disclose whether a ransom was paid, they confirmed that all rescued individuals were healthy and undergoing recovery. 4. Somali pirates encounter the British Royal Navy. Now, let's return to November 28, 2011, the day not only of ships sailing the seas but also of the appearance of daring pirates. The Royal Fleet Auxiliary ship RFA Fort Victoria was patrolling 350 nautical miles off the coast of Somalia. That early morning, Fort Victoria received a report of a Spanish fishing vessel nearby facing a pirate gang. Surprisingly, immediately, Fort Victoria's helicopter took to the skies, ready for a dangerous mission. Upon landing, the helicopter discovered 2 suspicious vessels, a whaling ship and a small boat named Spitty Gonzal. Upon seeing the helicopter, the small boat quickly retreated, but it was too late. The pursuit was very dramatic, and eventually, the pirates were captured and brought onto Fort Victoria. The ship immediately became a temporary prison, but it didn't stop there. The Hoang Sa Marines demonstrated their bravery by boarding the whaling ship and the small boat. The battle was dramatic with an unexpected outcome. 7 pirates were captured without any injuries. By October 2013, they were sentenced by a Spanish court to 8 years in prison each, a fitting end for these vicious criminals. 5. The MV Tappan hijacking incident. Just a few days later, on April 5, 2023, an equally tense story unfolded. The MV Tappan, on its journey from the United Arab Emirates to Kenya, fell into the sights of Somali pirates. As the ship navigated through the dangerous waters of the Indian Ocean, the pirates quickly attacked and took control of the vessel, leaving the crew with no choice but to call for help. While maritime security forces and international naval patrols were mobilized to respond, detailed information about the negotiation process and ransom demands from the pirates remained confidential. Nevertheless, it cannot be denied that ransom has become an indispensable element in such dramatic situations. After many hours of tense and uncertain negotiations, the MV Tappan and its crew were finally rescued from the pirates. As the ship continued its journey, everyone breathed a sigh of relief and felt happy to have survived those breathless moments. 6. Somali encounter with German Navy. The story of Spessers, a ship built in 1974 that joined the German Navy on September 5, 1977. On March 29, 2009, Spessers suddenly became the target of rampant pirate activities. While there were up to 40 crew members on board, fortunately, the proud ship had a 12-member security team ready to confront any troublemakers. The security team quickly responded to the emergency, excellently protecting Spessers' honor. Subsequently, powerful destroyers like HNMS The Seven, HS Pasara, SPS Victoria and USS Boxer appeared as heroes to assist. After several hours of breathless pursuit, the pirates were finally captured. They were then handed over to Kenyan authorities and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Somali encounter with French Navy. On October 6, 2009, a dramatic sea chase took place. Approximately 286 members of the French Navy, including the frigate S, had completed supply duties on a secret frigate. This frigate was conducting anti-piracy patrols in the northern Somali region. As night fell, two small boats carrying 5 pirates each began pursuing frigate S. Unbelievably, when the French warship detected this pursuit, they didn't hesitate and immediately intervened to protect the area. What's astonishing is that the pirates mistook frigate S for an unarmed oil tanker. And that was their serious mistake. When the pirates attempted to approach, they had no idea that S possessed the strength of a warship. Upon realizing their opponent wasn't an easy target, they panicked and tried to escape. But no, S didn't let them get away. One of the small boats was intercepted by French forces and forced to surrender. Certainly, the pirates' reckless actions would later cost them dearly for their wrong decisions. 8. The OS-35 hijacking incident. In April 2017, a dramatic pirate attack occurred on the OS ship. The ship was en route from Klang, Malaysia to Aden, Yemen when it suddenly faced bold pirates. An emergency distress signal was immediately sent out, and the Indian Navy quickly deployed 2 warships from Mumbai and Taraz to assist. Not only the Indian Navy, but warships from China, Pakistan and Italy also quickly arrived at the scene to jointly conduct rescue operations. Upon arrival, the Indian Navy established communication with the captain. The crew had to seek refuge in a safe room aboard the ship. Remarkably, the Chinese Navy dispatched a team with 18 personnel to protect the 178-meter-long ship, while the Indian Navy provided communication support and aerial cover using helicopters. Finally, when confirmation was received that the pirates had fled during the night, the crew was safely rescued. Truly a brilliant victory highlighting the spirit of unity and quick response of international naval forces. 9. Indian Navy and the MV Full City Rescue Operation. On the evening of May 5, 2011, the Indian Navy received an urgent SOS call about the hijacking of the Chinese merchant ship MV Full City. Immediately, the Navy redirected an aircraft and a Coast Guard ship to respond. The two 142 Maritime patrol aircraft quickly arrived at the scene in less than 30 minutes. Upon arrival, it detected a pirate mothership anchored near MV Full City, along with an empty boat alongside. The aircraft conducted multiple low-altitude passes while issuing strong warnings demanding the pirates leave the ship immediately. Fortunately, the warnings proved effective as the pirates decided to leave the ship and return to their mothership. Although there were no nearby surface forces to board MV Full City, the presence of the Indian Navy aircraft for over 3 hours helped protect the vessel. This rescue not only demonstrated the Indian Navy's alertness and effectiveness, but also served as evidence of international cooperation between NATO task forces and China. This is an achievement to be proud of. The naval battle off Bindakoi Island in January 2011 became the decisive confrontation between the Indian Navy and Somali pirates. On January 28, the pirate ship Palantale 14 served as a mothership operating in the Indian Ocean. But Dornier aircraft from the Indian Coast Guard spotted it along with 2 small boats chasing the Bahamian cargo ship MV Vecti. When they detected the aircraft, the pirates panicked and abandoned their attack plan. This incident prompted 3 ships from the Indian Navy, including INS Kartkasor, to be quickly dispatched to the area. They located the Palantale 14 approximately 120 nautical miles to the north. Despite attempts at negotiation, all efforts failed and a 12-hour confrontation ensued. Remarkably, the final outcome was the sinking of the Palantale 14. Along with INS Campana and the Coast Guard ship CGS, The support vessels quickly carried out rescue operations. By August 2017, the Mumbai court had sentenced 15 pirates involved in the attack. Each received a 6-month prison sentence plus additional time served. However, this legal outcome sparked heated debate about the appropriateness of the punishment. Many believed the pirates were sentenced too leniently given the severity of their crimes. The story of the Somali pirates' fate is not just a lesson about punishment, but also a reminder of the value of unity and courage in the fight against evil. Sailors from various nations came together to overcome challenges, protect the innocent, and enforce justice at sea. We not only see the struggle between good and evil, but also the clear responsibility of each nation in protecting maritime security. Hopefully this story inspires us to better recognize the importance of global cooperation in maintaining peace and maritime security. If you enjoy compelling stories like this, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Thank you for watching and see you in our next videos.